Hey guys, hello there. So today's prompt is just the last day of Inktober. I'm so happy for this day. I don't know why, but there's something in me that's making me feel happy for the last day of this challenge. It's the 31st day of Inktober, and finally I'll be done with the Inktober challenges. And the prompt for today is slice, and I felt like some of the prompts were quite similar. I've mentioned it in previous videos, and today's prompt I felt like it was very similar to one of the prompts. I don't remember which one was it. I mean, I remember the word, but I don't remember the date. I think slice is very similar to the word chop, and I somehow felt like though you can draw different things with two different words, but I felt like why this there were actually two similar words for this month. I felt like there were so many words uh, very similar to each other. I don't know why that kind of made the Inktober this month actually monotonous. I didn't notice it while I was watching the like I when I saw the list Inktober list initially. I didn't notice the similarity, but when I came across the like when I actually started drawing the drawings of Inktober, I felt like I was drawing things for similar topic, and I just wanted to tell you guys. But for now, I'm so happy and just so amazed. It's not that drawing is something I feel like a burden, but for now, it felt like a challenge for me because drawing or sketching out stuff is easy, but the difficult part is producing videos every day for 30 days. It's kind of a difficult thing. I mean, I've not seen even Jake Parker do a video every day. Like, he does sketches, he does post sketches, but I've never seen a video of Jake Parker. Like, from day one, he doesn't even post. Like, I'm not complaining, but he doesn't do that. So, that is another way of handling Inktober. I've seen many people do that. It's not a thing. Even I used to participate in Inktober previously, like the previous 2 years, I did participate like that. I I was not consistent with my drawings. I used to participate in Inktober, but it was not according to the prompt, or it was not according to like it was not necessary for me to draw Inktober every day. I didn't take Inktober that seriously because maybe because I didn't actually start off with YouTube at that point of time, but since this year, like starting from this year, I've started to take Inktober quite seriously, and I really wanted to feel that pressure. I wanted to feel how other people feel about Inktober, and I wanted to do that. There was a point of time during this month that I felt like giving up, and it was quite like I actually was thinking of quitting like after 15th October. I felt like I couldn't do Inktober, and that's a fact. That's a true feeling of mine that I'm putting out, and that's the truth. You might feel exhausted at some point of time, and your art might suffer, like the drawings of yours might degrade and degenerate to some extent, and that degeneration even I felt, but that is very normal. That is very normal for any artist and for any person individually. And so, moving on with the prompt I'm drawing here, I wanted to draw something very different and very similar. I've seen this illustrator on YouTube. I don't remember her name, but she does this amazing disorder related Inktober drawings. I was watching her Inktober sketches, and last year she did illustrations based off of mental illness and disorders, and the kind of illustration she did was so elaborate. And she actually made illustrations like f- how people feel during mental disorders or illness, uh, and for particular mental disorder like schizophrenia, people feel like the kind of feeling people have. She actually portrayed it with an illustration, and that was in itself was very beautiful. And here I'm not actually illustrating a mental disorder, but I really loved the illustration. I really wanted to mention her. And I felt like while drawing this, I felt like I was actually drawing some kind of a mental disorder. Like people can actually feel very different and very constrained, and they might feel like they should actually give up on social media and stuff like YouTube. It's kind of a work. It's too much work. Having a channel, YouTube channel. It's kind of a much work, and I've seen many people quit YouTube even. So apart from that, October, last day of October is actually Halloween. It's not celebrated much in India, but outside of India, it's quite a celebrated event, a festival kind of a thing. It's a nice festival. I really feel like if it was celebrated so much in India, I would have loved to go for a trick and treat thing. But apart from that, this is actually Halloween is actually an occasion where you actually dress up like ghosts and spirits, and you go for trick and treating for parties, and you just go to a get together and enjoy yourself. And Halloween is all about scary stuff, so I wanted to make this illustration quite different, scary, horrific. Not too horrific, because that might get my video blocked. So apart from that, I wanted to make this girl look scarier. So what I came up with this was I planned everything, and I just divided the whole girl, and I wanted to make it look like this girl's face was actually sliced off into two three cross sections. And I think I did a very nice job at that, because slicing a whole person is sounds very gruesome, but while drawing it was not looking like that. And overall, I was really happy with the way I was going on with the sketches. And yeah, I felt the need to draw this kind of sliced up face, because at the end of Inktober, I was actually feeling like I was drained out of creativity and creative juice, and all sorts of creativity had just drained out of me because of all the prompts. And it does take a lot of your energy and time into uh, thinking, first of all, thinking about an illustration for a prompt for the Inktober day. Secondly, drawing that Inktober or illustration prompt. Third is actually compiling and uh, like taking that videos and compiling it into a video for that day. That takes, like, these three steps take up a lot of the time of your day. And I feel like if you want to take Inktober seriously, I would say go for it. And there was a point of time where I wanted to quit, like on 15th of October. I felt like finally quitting Inktober, because it was a lot of work, like coming up with an idea. The first thing was that, then drawing that stuff on camera, then going in and editing a video. That takes a lot of time, to be honest. And It might sound like a very hefty thing, but once you complete the whole challenge of Inktober, you'll just feel so nice, and I can't explain the kind of happiness I'm getting right now while I was sketching this sketch of mine. I'm not the kind of person who does cross hatches and dashes. I'm really bad at that, and I often oversketch and overhatch my sketches. So that is another reason I don't use that. I often use paint for shadows and highlights, and I don't really use dot pens. But for this illustration, I really wanted to give that a try, and I felt like I was successful in doing that. So overall, I just had to do this because since it was the last day of October, obviously, and yeah, I was so happy that day that creativity was just flowing out that day, and I actually went in and did another sketch after this Inktober, like after filming this whole process of me drawing this last prompt. I actually went in and drew some two, three sketches more into my sketchbook because I was really happy, and it was just a happy day for me. And whenever I'm happy, I feel like drawing something more and something different. And whenever I have some kind of emotion going on into myself or inside my brain, I feel like drawing stuff onto my sketchbook. And sometimes I feel like so drawing stuff, I don't know why. I So coming back to the illustration, I had to make a shadow because I was feeling like I wanted to make this face look like it's floating in midair because if you guys have watched Game of Thrones, I don't know if you have, but there's this. So in that there's this hall of faces where the faces of the dead were actually pasted onto the wall, and there was this character known as Faceless Man who actually used to teach this character uh, on how to use those fake faces as real ones. And the House of Many Faces were in the city of Bravos was like kind of inspired me to do. That was also a thing that inspired me to do uh, this whole face thing. And Arya Stark actually got taught by the faceless man who actually used to take our faces from the wall and use it as his own. And I don't know if you guys might be getting this because people who haven't watched Game of Thrones might not be knowing what I'm actually talking about. So, moving on from that, I just want you to know that you can get inspiration or get inspired for a particular prompt for from anywhere. It doesn't have to be Game of Thrones, or it doesn't have to be some kind of a graphic novel, or it doesn't have to be Pinterest or Google or Instagram. It just have to be the things you see around. I feel like things which I see around me, be it on social media platforms, be it anywhere, it does inspire me a lot. And this is a very sincere thing. I'm just telling you that even a day-to-day bulb or a switch or a washing machine or anything in your life, even a tripod or a camera or a stand or even a mobile phone can inspire you to draw stuff which you've never thought of drawing. You, I just like getting inspiration from things around me, and that's a bonus tip for October I would like to give you guys because I've actually drawn a sketch out of a bulb actually. So, oh yeah. You can make anything out of imagination, that's up to you. So don't be scared and just enjoy the whole process of drawing and sketching. So that's my final sketch for today, and I am really satisfied with the kind of effect I gave to this face and this cutout face. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the whole drawing or sketching process, and I hope my tips were helpful throughout Inktober. And yeah, thank you for watching and bearing with me and subscribing to me. I'm very thankful to all my subscribers who subscribe to my channel. And do let me know if you want an art print of this sketch. I have my shops there. The links are in the description box below. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.